welcome to Quick Looks with the Casual Hour. My name is Bobby. Joining me today, the gamer on the go, Chase Kinnicky, and we are going to go hard into the West for the second time. How do you feel about that?
I didn't know we had gone hard into the West the first time, but yeah, let's do it.
We go hard everywhere we go.
Giddy
Chase,
up, cowpoke.
Giddy up is right. I will tell you right out the gates that I am digging this quite a bit. What do you know about this game?
I know very little. I know that Hard West 2 came out really recently, August 4th, 2022, from when we're recording this anyway. It's developed by Ice Code Games, which is a developer in Warsaw, Poland. Sorry. They have 3 offices in Poland in different places. Warsaw is the only one I can confidently pronounce.
Okay.
And they've got a couple other games on Steam at the very least. One is called Re-Legion, which is I think it's more like a cyberpunk RTS.
Okay.
And then they have another game called Deep Blue 3D Maze in Space, which is VR supported. I don't know if it's specifically a VR game, but it's they call it a multi-dimensional gaming experience beyond anything you've ever played before. So that sounds ambitious. Anyway, Hard West. I believe this is a tactical Western game. Yes?
Yeah, so this is a follow-up to the 2015 Hard West game, and you could call it a Western XCOM if you wanted to. I think that's probably a fair statement to make. It is Westcom, baby. It's pretty macabre in what it's focusing on. Like, there's some definite supernatural elements. A game that came out this year that I rather enjoyed as well was a game called Weird West, and I think that you could probably assume that like they would be in the same atmosphere, the same type of like weird supernatural shit's happening, but they're not related, at least on paper. But this is a tactical game. You are working with a party, and you're going to be going over the overworld. It's currently June. Some weird shit happened, and now you have winter in June, and nobody knows what the...
Bobby, you can't be weird. It can only be hard.
Oh, yes, hard. Some hard things happened.
You're the Goldilocks of Western games here. Like, this game is too weird. This game is too hard. We have to find the just right West.
We're going to find the just right West. Well, there's another game coming out this year called Evil West, and we'll see how that all plays out.
Oh, no.
So let me go over just kind of this is the overworld, and you spend a good portion of time here. There is some awesome story elements and that rapport building with your squad. So over on the left, anything that's yellow is going to be our main quest line, and then anything beneath that are our side quests that you pick up just by going and exploring and talking to people. They do call out that they don't want to hold your hand for some of these things. So like finding these enemies, you might have to find clues in the overworld, which could be like a recent campfire, and it's like, hey, the things look like they might go to the northeast, head that way. And so down here in the bottom right, you'll have a compass that goes to it. Up here in the top right, I want to call out a few things that I think really make this game special. You have the camp set up, and the artwork is just awesome. Like, anytime that you're talking with people, you get these really cool kind of postcards of the Western frontier, and you have options for everybody that's in your party. If you have the provisions, which I don't need to use, but I do have, you can mouse over as well, and you're going to see what that is. You can heal your party at a camp, but then you can talk to your party, and as you unlock better relationships with them, you can start to get further into their history and their chapters. So you can see that accomplice, companion, ally, partner, and friend will unlock the entirety of their stories, which is really cool. If I break camp and I go into my inventory, you can see that there's quite a bit to load out your characters with. And down here at the bottom, you can see everybody that's in your party. There's going to be certain skills that are locked based off of what they have or don't have, and I'll talk about that here in a second.
I feel like you're a big fan of old what was his name? Old Man Bill?
Old Man Bill.
That seems like a Bobby guy to me.
He's honestly not my favorite.
Oh no, okay.
But I'm trying to get him there. And one of the reasons being is that currently he doesn't have his like big skill unlocked yet. So Old Man Bill's actually dead. And this is a spoiler, but it happens like
That's-
literally right as the game starts.
He's just so old.
He's so old. Actually, you find him buried in a grave, and he's basically
Okay.
reanimated, and he'll be like,
okay. So he's not dead. He's undead.
he's an undead.
I see.
I really
Can
like
you really
Flynn.
be old if you're undead?
Well,
Or
he
you
was
just,
old
like,
man. He
eternal?
was old man Bill before he was dead man Bill, and so he
Okay,
goes by
all
his.
right.
Back when I was a breather, I was old man Bill.
Fair enough.
So
Jeff Bridges over here stars.
he
as
really
the
is.
Old man Bill.
He is absolutely Jeff Bridges, which is great.
Brewster Cogburn.
You can take anything here. So you've got 2 weapon slots for every character, and you've got 2 consumable slots, and then a trinket. There are going to be specific trinkets that are a bit more in tune for your character. So Laughing Deer, this trinket you actually find when you pick him up. He is a melee focused character, so this trinket is going to affect melee types, which gives you a bullseye chance, and that's a mechanic that you'll see a little bit more of in game, but it determines the chance of doubling the damage dealt by the character. And when we get into the combat, you'll see what I'm talking about. But what I want to call out over here is the traits section. So you can see that on Laughing Deer, he has Wild Run. Now, he did not have, that's an ultimate. So every character has an ultimate skill. His was not turned on, much like Old Man Bill. And you can see that this requires a pair. And you're like, Bobby, what the fuck? Why does he need a pair? Well, that gets into this really cool card system. And so you're finding cards throughout the game. And each card has a skill that it brings into the character. And by itself, so like right now on Old Man Bill,
Okay.
I've got a card that increases his luck. The reason I gave Old Man Bill luck is this old bastard can't hit a fucking thing to save his life, which is already dead. So I'm trying to increase his luck to make him land some of his hits. But if I had another jack that wasn't being used, or in this case, if I had a pair that I could give him, it would unlock his ability. So let's take a look at what I have on Flynn. Does a pair really do anything for her? Best damage. She's going to have this ability already ready to go. But if she has 2 pair, she'll have the next version of her shadow swap ability. So she's like a wraith. She's a lot of fun to play with on the battlefield. But as you mouse over all these here on the traits, you're going to see like what would be unlocked. So this dead draw. So whenever she hits bravado, she gets a +1 bullseye damage multiplier. And that's a lot of jargon that will make sense in a second. Yeah. But you can start to see she needs 2 pairs, or what the type of cards will get her. So you unlock these traits based off the cards that you have, and I can just take these off and like change it on the fly.
So you could get Bill's ultimate by just giving him both of those 9s, or giving him somebody else's.
That's exactly what we're gonna do here. So now Dead Man's Revenge is there, which when Bill deals damage to every enemy in his line of sight, the damage increases by 1 for every 4 HP that Bill has lost. So that's a really...
This is an incredibly rad system. When I saw this in the trailer, this is what sold me on this game more than anything. Because those individual cards, like that 9 of spades, has something associated with it, right? Like that.
Yeah, it's +1 bullseye.
So those are individual stat boosts. But then if you pair, sorry, if you literally pair up these stat boosts together, then they can give you, like in Diablo where you have set bonuses.
Yep, absolutely.
By adding stuff in here. But this is even more customizable just through the lens of a poker hand. That is so fucking cool.
It's awesome.
Oh my god, I feel like I would get lost just in this.
Well, dude,
in
and
this
it gets
screen
even
right
deeper.
here.
So you have all these cards, but then you can start to look at like inventory stuff. So if I go over here to this gun, his Wild Buffalo rifle, this is just like kind of a standard rifle here. It shows you what the AP cost is. It also shows you what the, like, you see underneath damage where it says shoot, can counter. So everybody, like, you're gonna love this too, because it's got some SteamWorld heist in it also.
Okay.
Because you got trick shots you can do. But if I come over here to like this duckfoot gun, so
that's a hell of a thing right there.
This is really cool. So you get this gun if you just have Hard West. If you've purchased Hard West 1, the first one, they give you this gun as soon as you start the game up.
And Hard West 1's like $3 right now. Right?
Yeah, it's on sale for $2. It's really cool. It is not anywhere nearly as good as this, in my opinion. It's got the card system, and all that's fun, but like this is the better game. I'll call that out right now.
Is this gun worth $2? Should I just pick up Hard West right now?
Well, look at it, dude. It looks like a duck foot. It's a shotgun buckshot, and the buckshot does help out with some stuff for sure.
All right, I might be picking up both of these games.
Let me see if I have it on here. So what I'm saying is that some of these guns are going to have like abilities built into them. So like this one here for bleeding. So then I can come over here and start to look for like, am I going to go for another thing that can play into that status effect for the weapon that I have? So all that to be said, there's going to be some other things that like, I wanted to show the overworld really quick and then we're going to get into it. So anytime that you see these icons above a town, you can buy weapons and you can heal up there. They do cost money. The overworld map is going to show you like what directions you want to head to do certain things. So like we're going to move up this way, and anytime you come across like a new area, you're going to see that there is, hey, this is going to move one of your story quests. You can look for the icon over here to help out with it. If I go into the ranch, I'm trying to do this. It's going to start to cross over. I'm looking for horses for the soldiers. He's like, I don't really want to do that. But my daughter's sick. Here's where the game gets really cool. Based off what's in your inventory, you can unlock certain things that are kind of skill checked here. But also Lazarus, who I just got, he's going to have a permanence that will let him heal in these situations, which is going to help me get more weapons and insight into the game.
Okay, that's a little bit better than like the Fallout system of, hey, I put points into this thing, and now it's a roll based on how many points you have in it, and you can still fail things. That part sucks. I mean, I know they made it, or Obsidian made it better in Fallout New Vegas, where there were just specific checks that you had to hit. But this seems like an even better system.
And they're going to give you like opportunities, and I there's a battle right up here that we're going to head to, but they're going to give you opportunities to like side with your partner. And all it does is really unlock, like, who do you want to side with here? Because that's going to give you a loyalty point with them. And it doesn't take away from the other person. It's just like, who do you want to invest in right now? And I'm going to show that to you here.
Okay. Now, you said that they don't hold your hand very much when it comes to these quests, but it looks like they do some nice signposting of, hey, when you choose this option, it's going to move this quest forward. And it does have waypoints on the map for you, so it does seem like it's, you know, while it might not be, hey, you need to go to this very specific spot, it does feel like you're not going to be lost. You're not going to miss things.
Once you get on track, it'll let you do that for sure. This one works out pretty well because I've got Kalish in my party, and she can basically let me get, I don't have to side with just one person here, so I can use her and I can get the points for everybody, which is great.
Okay.
So when I do this, this is going to, based off what I've been working with Lazarus, because I knew that he could be a healer, he's a companion now. So I've like increased that level, and I can get more of his backstory. So all that to be said, I'm gonna move up this way.
How's the writing in here?
Really good. It's really good. I've enjoyed it, and there's gonna be some voiceover stuff, but oftentimes you're just gonna be left to read things as well. They don't.
And I see you've got at least a couple Native Americans on your team here in your posse.
These people.
Do they treat that okay? Is it get a
so
little...
they do. They talk a lot about. There's been situations where people have made comments about like savages and things like that, and the Native Americans will speak up and like explain like why things have happened, and then I think they handle it well. It's always delicate, right?
Sure.
But they do a pretty good job.
Especially when you're a developer from a country that's not the U.S. Not that we're delicate about any of this stuff. We have certainly made our mistakes. Pocahontas among them.
Yes.
But yeah, you worry when it's another country trying to tell your own history if they're gonna get it right and if they're gonna do it justice. And it's good to hear that this is not problematic in any way.
So here's what I'll call out. We're getting ready to go into a mission, and this is going to be your overview for it. Depending on what you're doing from the story perspective, there's always going to be a locked-in character, and in this one it's Lazarus, so he's required, as you can see here. I can go in and edit the loadout and give him more, so if I wanted to throw something on here, I could. But I can also swap out these characters. The one thing I'll call out that is a bummer, and maybe this will change, she doesn't use the bow. that's in her photograph, which I was hoping she would. She's going to use this. She's using whatever you give her. So maybe a bow will become a weapon. The other thing, you're always going to have your set main objective. So we're going to get a new card here and some money if we release the prisoner, which was what we have to do. But if I find the occult grimoire, I'm going to get a book, which is a trinket, and it'll tell you exactly what that does. So we got some things to do there. And as you hop into a match, it's going to do a quick kind of like flyover and talk about the objectives and let you see where they're at, and then get you back to your starting point.
Nice. Do you always have a max of 4 people? Sometimes does it go higher or lower?
I have not seen it go higher. It starts off lower based off of your party size at the beginning of the game.
Got it.
And I've
How many
probably
people are in your party total?
I think I have like 6 or 7.
And how long have you been playing this?
So I've probably put like 3 hours in. It does have some of the demo save time in it, so it says like 4.5 on my save file, but I think that's when I played the demo. And you get if you play the demo for this, which they had out, they send you, I haven't got it yet, but they're going to send you a code to redeem a gun on Steam as well.
Okay.
All right.
It seems like it's moving then. Like it's got a good pace to it that you're doing stuff and unlocking things and making things happen.
I'm playing this on what they consider to be like the suggested difficulty, and there is an easier one. I've gotten to a point now where I'm fighting against people that also have supernatural abilities, and they have other things that they can do, from like a status effect from crippling to bleed damage, and you have to have things on your characters that can take care of that. So like this bandage here can cure cripple and bleeding, but if you don't have that and you're bleeding, you're losing 2 HP every turn. So this is going to look exactly how you would expect a game like this to look, if you've played XCOM especially. So a couple things that we're going to call...
like a Wasteland 3. I remember you guys talking a lot about that game.
100%.
This definitely has some vibes there.
You can use the mouse wheel and go to different levels to see, like, because there is some verticality in the levels to do that. I have not came across anything that's like a benefit from you get more damage from up here, but there are 2 systems that we're going to call out. We mentioned that we got some special abilities, and you can see that here the Shadow Barrage is on Jin, but then we also have something called Bravado. So if I go over to our friend here, she's got this awesome gun. So you have 3 action points each turn. This gunshot that she has from her rifle requires all 3 of them. So if I click on that, you're going to get an immediate readout on like the percentage chance and if you're going to kill somebody with that skull. So her turn's up. I got a shot here. I can kill somebody. 3 for 3. We're going to take it.
And she'll get all those action points back at her next turn?
No, because there's something called bravado. And if you kill somebody, you get everything back. So I'm back to square one with her. I've got another kill here. I'm going to take that shot right out of the gate. Boom. I'm back to full loaded up again.
And that's just bravado reprocking and reprocking and reprocking?
Correct. And everybody has that on your team. That is just a core mechanic. And here's what's even crazier.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, hell yeah. All right.
You can kill your own people. And they come back at the end of the match. They're going to have 1 health, so you have to go heal them. But if you're in a shitty spot and you know somebody's going to die on your team based off of how the cards have fallen, you can kill them and get bravado on that character and move into other shit.
That's interesting.
Yes.
I can see that. I can see that potentially being useful and also pretty fucked up, but pretty useful.
Yeah, right?
Is that something you kind of learned on your own, or did the game say like, hey, you should just kill this dude?
Because I killed somebody who I did not know was in front of my line of sight. And I was like, wait, I got bravado. Who did I kill? Oh, I killed that person. Whoops.
Oh, that's great. All right, I love that.
All right, so I'm going to shoot here. I can't kill this person, but I can get them down pretty far. So now it's moved over. I want to show off Flynn. So it does that thing also where like I'm going to use 1 AP to get here. That's like my barrier. From there, I will consume 2, and then I won't really have much left that I can do. I'm going to move here just so I can see a little bit further ahead. And I am going to use her ability, which is so damn dirty. So shadow swap. I'm going to find, I've got 3 people. Well, I can use anybody on my team. But what I'm going to do is grab that person there, and I'm going to just swap places with them. And
so now he doesn't have any cover, and you're
I'm back
behind
here with
enemy
them.
lines and have like a real good. That's pretty cool. Did you do any damage to him when you did that? Or?
Yep. So it takes 1 damage away from everybody. So that's the other thing. Like, I should have done it here because I would have killed him.
And then you would have had that would have proc bravado, and then you would
Correct.
have her up
Correct.
in the mix. Okay,
Correct.
that's cool. Damn.
Yeah. So you've got that ability with her, which is great. I can't do a whole lot right now because of the distance that we traveled. I'm down to 1, so I can move into cover, which is probably the right call here. So I'm just going to move her back here for this turn. But again, like, I fucked up pretty bad there. I should have done that move and just take them out. So I've got Lazarus here. I've got this person who's closer to us. I've got, and I'm not playing this as smart as I should be. I'm calling it out right now.
Yeah, no, we're just seeing how it works. Yeah.
So
Did I see that there's like half cover and full cover here too?
Yep, for sure. So like if I move here, you're gonna get full cover. There would be a half cover. So you've got that there as well. I'm gonna move over here and get a little bit out from behind this tree. I'm gonna grab Lazarus here, and I want to see if I can show this off for you. Yeah. So you see that this is like red
Yes.
on this crate, and you see that I've got this ricochet. So if I click on that, now I can do a trick shot. I don't need to do that.
Okay. Yeah,
but we're gonna.
You might as well.
Isn't that awesome? And now I've got bravado.
So that's like a super cool thing from a gameplay or from a. I can see the benefits of ricocheting off a thing to hit a target that you wouldn't normally be able to hit, but do you get bonuses or anything for doing that? Is there like a trick score or something?
No, it's just a chance for you to maybe like I can get like a bullseye buff on it, but not necessarily what I need there. So that's the other thing I'll call out. There's a 15% chance right now. You see how that health bar above him is at 100%. So I'm going to hit him no matter what, but I have a 15% chance to double my output. So there's a chance here that I could just shoot this guy right now and kill him and get bravado because I would have that. So we're going to try it. And I got it.
There you go.
So now I'm back to full health. I can try it again with him up here. I only have a 12% chance, but I could also, let's just try and shoot and see what happens.
And you can move again, right? You could move up if you needed to.
I could move up if I needed to, but I want to play it a little bit safe because there's, I see somebody up here. I don't know what they're doing quite yet. Let me see if I can get an eye on him. Yeah, oh yeah, that guy. So he will fuck us up. He can throw TNT, and that does bleed damage. So I want to try and stay away from him for the time being because he doesn't have a lot of health, and we can get rid of him. So I'm just gonna move behind this tree again, where I was, and then.
So any of the things that flash red are things that you can ricochet off.
You got it, and they're all over it. So I got one here, and I got one there. I'm gonna move.
At first, I thought these were like exploding barrels or something, but
no, that was something that I thought as well. I'm just gonna move him down here.
All right.
And I'll show just an enemy face, and then
Matthew McConaughey over there.
Right. There is also the heads down, which is just kind of like a hunker that you can do and helps out with it. So now we're on the enemy phase. They're gonna move around.
Do enemies also have bravado?
No bravado for the enemies, but they do have abilities. Oh, see, he's gonna throw that in. He was able to apply bleed to me, which really sucks. I didn't think he'd be able to see me behind that wall, but he had that window up there. I forgot about that. So if I come over here, because I do have bleed, I put a bandage on the loadout. I'll just use a bandage on her, heal her up, get rid of that bleed, and she's okay for now. I can move, but yeah, not a whole lot, and I don't know how far over there I want to get. So I'll come back. Let's see.
What's the play?
I'll show off his ability because that might help us out here. So Jen has this really cool, it does this like a guaranteed 6 damage, this Shadow Barrage. You get this where I can move it around. So I'm gonna
okay.
And anybody in that path is taking damage. It doesn't matter how many people are there. So I'm gonna kill the guy in front, and I'm gonna hit the guy in the back.
And because you killed one guy, that'll proc bravado.
You got it. So now I can kill him because I've got my shot,
Yeah.
And I no longer have to worry about him. I got bravado again, so I'm back to full load. And now we can get a little bit more strategic on how we want to move around. So I'm going to start to move up. And
I like this a lot, Bobby.
this game's fucking awesome, dude. It's so good. It's so good.
Let me ask you the question that I fear I already know the answer.
Yeah.
How's this play on a Steam Deck?
It does pretty good. You have to run it in Proton Experimental right now. And I've had it like not start up a few times, but there's a Discord and people have talked about it on there that you can join, and also on Reddit. I've seen some people, but there were some issues with the cutscenes. I have not ran into any of that, but it does the you have to use the trackpad, and you can use, and that works out just fine for what this game is. It works out really well, actually.
Okay, because I was going to ask, even if you're not on Steam Deck, does this have controller support? Because it does seem like there's a lot of mouse cursor
I have not tried it with a controller on without it, because I just like mice on this, but I can definitely test that out before we head home to here. I'm just gonna move everybody up and get to this first objective over here, and then we'll call that a good day, because I don't want to.
So
I mean,
this is a little XCOM-y in that there's kind of that fog of war going on. You don't.
Yep.
There could be more enemies in this map.
And you taught me during our series that we did on XCOM Monday to like edge into it. Don't go all the way up. See what pops up before you commit to it.
I always tell you to do edging.
Yes.
We're a pro edging podcast over here.
Pro edging podcast. So I'm going to stop there because I don't want to give away too much here. I think I've convinced you.
Does this have an Overwatch system?
It does not.
Okay.
Which I typically like Overwatch, but I will tell you, I think I might be pro bravado. I really like that system a whole lot. I think it works.
Yeah. So, I mean, you talked about the edging up, and all jokes aside, like that is definitely like an XCOM, especially an XCOM 1 system, because you can put yourselves in Overwatch. But with this, having bravado on these characters, it kind of almost behooves you to just run right in.
Yep.
And literally use your bravado to just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna go in, rush in, and kill some stuff, because you get rewarded for being aggressive like that. That's nice.
See what happened there, though?
Well, you used up all your AP doing that. Yeah. So you'd want to hang on to some AP so you could still do something with it. But that's Doom 2016, which is a game I don't love, but I respect a lot. That was also kind of their goal of, let's find ways of rewarding the player for being aggressive instead of playing very passively and using a bunch of cover. Like, this is fucking Doom. We want people to run and gun and have a good time. And it seems like a turn-based tactical game is usually something that rewards very careful, slow play.
Yeah.
So to see a game like this say, no, we want you to be aggressive and we want you to have fun and enjoy doing it. That's pretty rad. I really like what this game's doing.
Well, yeah, and like, again, like the mechanics here work so well in the battle, and all the card stuff, like the methodology that you can bring into like prepping for it, and like getting these really cool builds on these characters. I think it's just really well done. Like, I'm having an amazing time with this game, and I could see us playing this on stream sometime. On our casual Mondays that we do, which is usually like focusing on turn-based games like this for the most part, but we record podcasts like talk about games like this one on it, called the Casual Hour, where we're joined by our host Johnny, and then on Fridays we get together and play all kinds of games. We just did a big like community play with Mario Kart 8. We have a lot of fun over there. Twitch.tv/Casual Hour. You can listen to our podcast. I'll be talking about this one live next week. Wednesdays at 10:30 p.m. Central, and then we put those podcasts anywhere that you listen to them every Friday morning. This has been Hard West 2. I did not talk about the price. It's $30. It's on sale right now for like $26, and you can get Hard West 1 on Switch and I think console as well. So I know that they're going to be, and actually, like, while we're hanging out, I can just grab my controller and see if I can turn on the.
Yeah, while you're doing that, it's $26.99 currently with this introductory offer that goes until August 11th. And it's this game currently is only on PC, right?
Correct. Okay. And by the way, it does have. This is me using a controller right now.
Okay. So it can work. It can function.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they had it on consoles, I would have to imagine that like they've thought that through with it. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can use the controller.
Great.
All right, this game's awesome. You should definitely get it. Worth picking up. Chase, thanks so much for hanging out and checking it out with me, and I bet you will be playing this in the future sometime together.
I have a strong feeling that I might.
Take care, everybody. It also has a